One of the things that we're seeing a lot these days is that the United States is working to support EU policy, support EU law. What the United States has said for decades is that it's good when European consumers have alternatives to monopolistic energy providers, and that the United States wants to see markets work in Europe. What the problem these days is that increasingly it looks like Russia is trying to make Europe more dependent on Russia to the exclusion of other sources. That's bad for consumers, it's bad for the European Union, and the United States wants to see the EU's own goals come to fruition. Well, as everyone in Europe knows, energy security is a national security issue. When the energy from your supplier stops coming to you in the middle of winter, that stops to become a theoretical problem and it becomes a family problem. Project that upwards through an entire country, and that's a national security problem. The problem is that Russia likes to play politics with its energy. And so when we look at energy security in Europe, we have to really start viewing this as a national security issue. If Europeans have multiple sources for their energy, then their national security is better off, as well as their economic security. Well, you hear this a lot in the policy debate, that the Americans are just trying to sell Europe their own gas. The fact is, that's not how energy markets work. The President of the United States can't pick up a phone and tell an energy company, sell your gas here or sell your gas there. Our companies are based on markets. Our companies go where the money is. And the fact is, that money right now is mainly in Latin America and Asia. The idea eventually is that gas that America sends to Asia will displace gas there, which will go someplace else, and eventually Europe will get gas from someplace else. Some of it, sure, it might come from the United States, but the real goal here is to create options, to break monopolistic competition using things like LNG, liquefied natural gas, gas that comes in from the ocean, overseas. That is the real issue that America wants. America wants Europeans just to have more options. Maybe America is going to be one of those options. Maybe not. It's the key here. The key here is that America wants Europeans to have more options than they have today and tomorrow.